or Amazing Boy here. I don't know. You may have been noticing I've been uploading less and less and less and even less. And that's because, one, I've been uploading constantly. What the heck? Okay, get out of my face, Cora. Oh, sorry. I'm kind of sick. That's also another reason why I haven't really been uploading. But I've just been like, you know, doing YouTube for like the past 8 years non-stop, constantly, with only like one break in between. Just one break. Another one is because homework. Speaking of homework, I need to do some later, like before I go to bed, because I have a test tomorrow that I need to study for. But like, yeah. I also couldn't think of a thing for a title, so I decided with this and just gave reasons on why I haven't been uploading, so you guys aren't in the dark. Anyways, I'm gonna have like videos in the background as per usual, the Amazing Boy classic. But like have them very low. Damn. Does damn count as a swear word? Oh well. I don't think it does. I also don't think hell counts as a swear word. But the heavy ones, like the F-bombs, the S-bombs, you know, stuff like that. That's obviously swear. Oh, someone's coming to get firebending. Where are they? Oh, they're down here. Where? Hello? Alrighty then. Oh, hello, Zuko. Let's go! Let me just drink this. Hey. Let's go. Firebending time. Even though, like, firebending is kind of the worst one. I like the firebending, not gonna lie. I know people say it's the worst one, but, like, I kind of... How dare you steal my slap barrels? Don't you know I need that to reach a level 100? Yes, I'm still not level 100. Well, that's because, like I said, I've been busy with school and, like, homework. They're still F's, by the way. I'm gonna have to do the 9th grade again. Unless if I take summer school. Shh, someone's here. Okay, that was pretty sick, not gonna lie. Hammer pump. I mean, I like it, but like now that we have like attack-ish shotgun. Oh, hey, speaking of attack-ish shotgun. Like, even if there's a purple hammer pump and there's like a green one of these, I will always pick up the green one of those. Like, I like the Gatekeeper shotgun. It's basically the Chapter 5 version of the attack. Oh. Oh, where am I challenging? Oh, light a campfire. Oh, there's a place with a campfire over there, so. Oh, that's copyrighted music. Oh. Do they buff this thing? Do they buff it, or am I tripping? $87, let's go. I can probably hit level 90, or at least level 89 or something. I need to reach tier 200. There's people there, but like, I kind of don't care about that right now. I just care about this. Kratos car. Zeus! Your Volkswagen has returned. Oh. At least I think there's a, yep, campfire. There it is. Travel distance on the train, destroy a cabbage thing. Okay. Earthbending. I mean, I don't see why not. I'll take it. I've also started watching Avatar. Yes. I've never seen Avatar until like a few days ago, but that's because it came out before and ended after I was born. And by that I mean like 1 year after I was born. Came out before, during, and after I was born. And Legend of Korra, I don't think I owned cable television. I need to find the train. Where's the train? It's all the way up there. Are you serious? Oh, okay. What the hell? That? Ooh, people. People. Let me just send them some fire shots, warning shots. Hello? Hello? Where did the actual person go? Behind me, okay. Oh, that's a grenade! I see. Indeed. Oh, that's what that noise is. What's this? Ah, I see. Oh, I need these. And I'm gonna be needing this as well. And then I'm gonna be taking this back. And then I'm gonna see if there's a med kit over here. There is not. But I do have my car here. You know what? This is a good trade-off, but like, they're really loud. They're loud, but they're really fast for like getting around the map. So that's a good trade-off. Good trade-off. Really loud and alerting players, but they're really fast in hopes to get around the map. I know me and Epic have our quarrel. Actually, we have our quarrel, but like... Oh. Medkit. Oh, train. Oh no, the train's going into the storm. Of course it is. Wait, hold. That should swap. There we go. Oh, excuse me. I just got finished eating like a very good dinner. What's that? Is that supposed to let me know that like the avatar thing's nearby? Oh, what the heck? Indeed it was. Quick. Matter of life or death. All I need is water bending, and then I'm good. Okay, so like air is last, but like all I need is air. Oh wait, no, fire. No, water. No, my brain hasn't been working for like the past few days. But I do have a video in the works. It's a short video, but it should hold you guys over, I think. Hopefully. Any water bending? No. 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 Oh. It's Gojo, I think. Oh, what the heck? Oh, they had a sniper. Okay, that makes sense. What crappy anime story is this? My cabbages! Let's go, Immortal Artemis. Now all I need to do is get out while I still can. Oh yeah, item shop. 5 minutes, Pat. Who? Who? I'm sorry. Who? Oh, hey, it comes with a jam track. But who? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's back. Oh, this is back. Oh, my God. Jinky is out. Oh, he has a Lego skeleton. Jinky is out. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Oh, I could buy that. That should be 200. Bonus that. Daydream True Heart. Rain check. And all jam tracks are here if you feel like buying. What's this? Magic Missile. I can't think of those words together without thinking South Park. Dollars, man. $9. Okay, let's see what it comes with. Haze, a baddie. Okay. The wings. I would probably use those wings. I would use that most likely. I could use those V-Bucks. The perfect execution pack. Clara. I really like that pickaxe. And then the the almost $30 Marvel bundle. She's wearing a mask. I'm sorry, she's wearing a mask. Oh wait, hold on. I would buy this $30 Marvel bundle just for the back bling. And I guess the C-mount. I don't know if that's copyrighted, so like stitch it. Alright, oh, huh? 800. You can't do that. No, you can't. 800 views? I would gladly. Wasn't that like 1,000? Alright. Woman, just a girl, painted on red, carry on, ward sun, just dance, feel it still, transparent soul, XO, left tour, life, Centera, zombie, basket case, the edge of glory, single sin, all the small things, cradles, flowers, stitches, applause, march of the pigs. Don't Fear the Reaper, Astronaut in the Ocean, Bad Guy, Big Energy, Bloody Mare, Born This Way, Boys of Liar Part 2, Buddy Holly, Bust a Move, Call Me Maybe, Can't Feel My Face, Carry Onward Son, Carry On Wayward Son, Come and Go, Don't You Worry Child, Ella Bella Sola, Ever Long, Eyes Closed Field, Still Firework, Good For You, Hysteria, I think I'm okay, I want to get better, I wish, Just a Girl, Just Dance, Kids, Like a G6, Lucid Dreams, Make Damn Sure, Me Get to Moves Like Jacket, Paint the Town Red, Rain on Me, Roses, I'm lyrics, Sandstorm, Santera, Scenario. Okay, it's not. Seven Nations Army, So What, Song 2, Sucker, Super Freak, Transparent, wait, is it? It is. The middle, the middle, the search, the way life goes, what I got, wolves, woman, X gonna give it to you, EXO Tour Life, your love, 9 p.m. And, stupid love, Boys a Liar 2, the way life goes, I already read that, already read those, okay. And me gente or whatever. And plus Palms and Soul to be popular and Sonic Surfer. Don't know the song. and rebellious. She a bad little, she a rebel with a pedal. My cabbages, no. No, don't archive item. Favorite the item. Appa glider. I need 3 more chakras because I'm gonna get laughing top. I can probably get to this or this tonight or this. Maybe this. Let's see. So I need some. How many do I have? 8,450. Let's see. 3 plus 4. That's 9. No. Huh? What was that kind of math? What? That's 7. Then 8. Then 1150. Then 1350 or something. No, 14. And then these, so like 400. So if it gets 408, so 4, 8, 12, 16, I think 20. I sound like a nerd. And then like, so yeah, okay, let's see. Let's see. Where, so 840, right? 8450. I need to do 400 times 6. That'll give me 24,000. 24,000, right? Plus 8,400 to that. Oh, I did. Hold up. 8,450. That will give me to this. But if I get these challenges done, I can get it tonight. So, let's get these challenges done. Get the Aang. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, DaRelz. Let's go, DaRelz. Let's go. I am a goofball. I'm a silly little goober. My brain go numb. Anyways, so yeah, if I get these done, it will get me to laughing tough, and then I can. Oh yeah, I need to invite my. Where from? Yeah. Gotta grab my phone to log on to Fortnite. Let's go. Well, like I said, like I said, I may be sick, and I always say this, and Kyler tells me to not do it, but the content grind never stops until the casket is closed. And even then, I will give Allie or someone my YouTube account so they can continue. The content grind never stops. Farming Simulator 2? I can play on mobile? No, 22. Wait, where? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I need to sneeze. Why can't they just play Doors or something? You dumb. You are your own best friend. Dun, 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 dun. What is that at? What are you in Smiling Critter? What does that even mean? What does that mean, bro? I need to stop wearing like Battle Pass skins more, so like she's so pretty. Not gonna lie. I need this. Oh, where is the emote for her? I know what the thing looks like, I just don't know what the emote's called. 31 emote slots. I'm just gonna have it on that and the wait. I think that might be copyrighted, never mind. Well, that isn't. I think I might have passed it. Yes, I did. That's not it. That's do I know what the silhouette looks like? Yes. Artemis the Hunter Goddess. Alright, let's see. Alright. I'm gonna say as kid friendly as I possibly can. Cerberus. The dog demon. Aphrodite. The Riz goddess. I'll just put it that way. Because she's the goddess of love and the goddess of something not kid friendly as well. Poseidon, goddess of the sea. No, god of the sea. Medusa, I do not know what she is. I just know she's like, turns people in the stone. Zeus, god of thunder or lightning, I don't know. Artemis, a goddess of war or something. Hades, the god of war. No, that's no Hades. The god of the underworld. And then whatever. Then whatever. What? And then Ares, right? God of war. Kratos, also the god of war. Yeah. 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 You know, I love on how like frick, what was I gonna say? Ah, there we go. Anyways, I just love on how, you know, it's this season's about myths and mortals, and like all the items for the gods and goddesses got removed. Oh yeah, I forgot that this account has a card. Anyways, I'm getting these done, and then I'm kicking the account, and then I just need to get these done. Travel distance on the train, eliminate an opponent in different matches, destroy a cabbage cart with firebending. Oh, that might be easy. I don't know, but it might. Yeah. Life's a rental. Oh yeah, I saw a JR and tour. That was pretty fun. What did I click on? And the season went for the head.
Dude, this is actually hard.
He's such a giga chad.
Why? Why?
Holy moly.
What's this? Alright, let's see. Cause it makes me feel young. What the hell? Hello, hello. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I hope that you're missing me, cause it makes me feel young. Won't you help me sober up? Loading up, it made me numb, and I wanna feel something again.
Go choose your favorite and show your allegiance to either Titan.
All the big kids, they got drunk.
Have them team up just like we do in the movies. We have this super rad reversible jacket that's faux leather on one side representing the king of the monsters and fleece on the other representing the wonder of the world. So if you want to show your love for either of these iconic kaiju from the monsterverse,
easy, just don't get killed, and it's easy. Easy. Challenge done. Now where's the train? The train's all the way down there. I'm not making it in time.
I've narrowed down what makes a good scary movie villain down to 3 main pillars. First, what's the potential for their unique design? You can recognize many of the best horror monsters and villains at a Michael Myers with his Bill Shatner mask.
Hello? Okay.
Know who they are and what their deal is. So, which of these Disney characters can get us that same effect? Secondly, we'll want to look for memorable powers or abilities. What sets these monsters apart from the rest of the pack? Freddy Krueger can kill you in your dreams. Pennywise can weaponize and feed on your fear. Both owe a lot of their longevity to those powers. And thirdly, we're going to look at the character's ability to act as a commentary on what society fears. The best horror films have villains that are born of what our culture is collectively afraid of. That The Thing might be the best example I can think of, exploiting Cold War era distrust of your neighbor or stranger danger to create a true S-tier level film. If our Disney monster can recapture just a fraction of that dark magic, we are golden, or bloody. I'm not sure which is preferable in this situation. On top of that, we'll also be measuring the characters in a 4th category, their importance to Disney. This will act as a gauge of how much of a draw this character will be in today's pop culture, because if we're making a public domain horror movie ripoff, we want people to actually see it. Now, with these 4 categories laid out, we'll be going through each of them and rating the characters out of 4.
Dolph is me for real.
Which brings me to, who are our contenders? Well, just so we aren't going way overboard here and
I need a train. I need to land on the train, eliminate an opponent in different matches, and cabbage cart. And these.
Who make up Disney's big 3. 3. We're also going to bring in Mickey's original nemesis Pete, as well as Clarabelle Cow and Horace Horsecollar in a single entry. Both of those characters actually predate some of the main Mickey cast and have very similar roles and abilities in the early cartoons, thus them being just a single entry. And finally, we're also going to include Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. You probably know best from the cult classic video game Epic Mickey. Oswald was Walt Disney's actual first cartoon character before he made Mickey, but whom he lost ownership of due to murky contracts. And fun fact, Disney wanted the rights back so badly that the company traded an actual, real human being, sportscaster Al Michaels, in exchange for Oswald back in 2006. You cannot make this up. Now, you might have noticed some pretty big omissions there, like Minnie Mouse, Daisy Duck, and Pluto. Sadly, they didn't make the cut for a couple of reasons. Firstly, Pluto is pretty much just a dog, something pretty common in horror cinema, while Minnie and Daisy are basically just female versions of Mickey and Donald. We didn't want to retread the same ground, and they don't bring a whole lot new to the table. Hey, don't blame me, blame Disney. And as for other, more obscure characters, if part of the reason that they're being strip-mined for these public domain horror movies is the novelty of seeing a popular cartoon character do murder, I'm not sure we're gonna get the same sort of draw from Mortimer Mouse, the Mad Doctor, or the Phantom Blot. And finally, with all of that said out of the way, let's dive into things. First up, Disney's OG villain, Pete. Now, modern versions of Pete are supposed to be a cat, but you look at this thing and you tell me it's a cat. Like, maybe it's a Maine Coon? He always looks more like a bear to me personally, but that confusion could make for a fun monster design. Additionally, for a while there, the character was known as Peg Leg Pete, and combined with his original steamboat pilot persona, that could give us a really strong visual identity, like a pirate bear cat. So a solid 3 out of 4.
No, someone's landing on the train. Are you serious? No, I can't have that.
A hunter-trapper, an athlete, an Old West desperado, you get the idea. He's sort of all over the place. But all in all, Pete was very...
No! Bro, you mother trucker!
Pete's roots as a feline also help him from a speed standpoint. Yeah, despite his bulk, Pete has usually been depicted as shockingly agile, able to keep up with the likes of Mickey. But that being said, strong thing that moves fast isn't exactly breaking new ground. Pete would basically just be a furry Michael Myers, so 1 out of 4 when it comes to unique powers. Pete's ability to act as commentary is also a bit shaky. Like, he's a bad guy who would become a slasher bad guy. I guess we could go with the whole misunderstood monster angle, but at max, that gives him a 2 out of 4 for the commentary. And finally, Pete's importance to Disney is also a bit lacking. I would argue that as Mickey's main rival, he's a bit more significant than, like, Pluto, but not by much, so 2 out of 4 there, leaving Pete with a total of 8 out of 16. Middle of the road, but we can do better. Like, maybe with Horace Horsecollar and Clarabelle Cow. Let me ask you, do you know what's fascinating about these two? Absolutely nothing. Not a gosh darn thing. In fact, I'm betting that some of you only just now found out that these characters even exist because of this video. So right up front there, they're both getting a 1 out of 4 for importance to Disney. They're more likely to show up at a bar trivia night than a mainline Disney product at this point. But do you know what's mildly interesting about Horace Horsecollar and Clarabelle Cow, and why I wanted to talk about them today? They're two of just very few characters in the Mickey and Friends canon that have been shown to walk both upright and on all fours in the same cartoon. Yeah, Horace straight up shapeshift.
No, not again.
Like 1920s, the Plowboy, Horace and Clarabelle could full-on transform from a normal 4-legged cartoon animal to a humanoid, upright-walking, talking person at will. Their front hooves even morph into gloved hands. Now that's really cool in concept and gives both.
I'm gonna wait until like I get kicked off the bus or something.
Design and memorable powers. Seriously, imagine some crazy cow or horse-shaped monster that can twist.
Actually, I could just jump off right now.
Cracking and skin tearing as it turns into a humanoid, a la The Thing. So right there for me, that's a solid 3 for unique design and a 4 for memorable powers.
Go, train, go, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
There's also some great potential.
I only got 15 meters out of 500 meters. Are you serious? My bad. I'm kind of sick. I'm not. No. I'm not low enough. I'm not low enough. Or am I low enough? Am I low enough?
Culture will really hurt them in this
Wait.
scenario. So,
Am I low enough?
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit,
Yes,
Disney's
I'm low.
original main character. Believe it or not, there were almost 200 Oswald shorts back in the 20s and 30s, but sadly,
I'm the lowest.
it took off in the same way later characters like Mickey would. And eventually, Oswald got revamped into almost a totally different character in comic books in the 50s before vanishing entirely in the 60s.
Why?
A guy named Oswald killed the president, and suddenly Oswald was not a very popular name. I don't have a joke here. Sometimes reality is just stranger than fiction. In any case, Oswald, the rabbit, not the assassin, was basically an economy model Mickey Mouse and a pretty basic cartoon character. And I fear that this would transfer to any horror movie version of him too. It would basically just turn into another spoopy man in a rubber rabbit mask a la Mickey Mouse Trap or Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. So, 1 out of 4 in potential for unique design. Additionally, this whole aspect of being forgotten to time is a bit of a double-edged sword here for Oswald in our horror scenario. On the one hand, there's a potential for a really good story about a forgotten character coming back and forcing himself to be remembered by going on a murder rampage, especially in this era where companies like Disney have monetized every bit of our collective nostalgia. But on the other hand, well, even if the Disney corporate machine wanted Oswald back, he disappeared from history for a long time, and basically nobody cared. So a solid 3 out of 4 for potential for commentary, but a paltry 1 out of 4 for his importance to Disney. As for his unique powers, here's where Oswald really shines, because his main power is literally in his name. Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit. There hasn't ever really been a horror movie monster that has weaponized luck, and there's a ton of potential there for something really clever and unique. Like, just imagine a monster that could cause some sort of Final Destination-esque Rube Goldberg machine of death just by tweaking the luck of its victim. So Oswald gets a 4 in this category, for a total of 9 out of 16.
Oh, the train's all the way down there. Or, no, people are just gonna land on it.
Enough beating around the bush. Let's get to the big leagues, starting with Mickey himself. Now,
oh wait.
the obvious out of the way.
Oh wait, the battle bus is coming from here. Oh wait a minute.
More in importance to Disney category, and people would want to watch a horror movie starring him. There's a reason so many horror film versions of the character are being rushed out. Mickey is a character that holds a special place in pop culture, which I would say also gives him a serious edge in the character's ability to act as commentary. Because Mickey is so synonymous with Disney, there's a lot you can say about that company and what they represent. Taking well-known IP and manufacturing new content that sells nostalgia more than originality and turn it into a powerful story. And all of that without even...
Someone's gonna land on it before me, I know it.
Which could also become a great story element in and of itself. So again, 4 out of 4 when it comes to commentary. Additionally, I would argue that Mickey also gets a bump in the unique design area simply because the character itself is so recognizable. The sheer novelty of horror Mickey, the family-friendly character turned murderous psychopath who really helps Mickey stand out in unique design, where characters like Oswald suffered, earning him a 3 out of 4. However, when it comes to memorable abilities, Mickey struggled a little bit. See, he was the underdog in many of his classic cartoons, outsmarting opponents like being with his trickster instincts instead of overpowering them. That being said, mice are known to be very quick and stealthy, and Mickey himself knows his way around a rifle and has demonstrated handy skills as a swordsman, which could translate pretty well into a prototypical slasher villain. You know, basically exactly what we see in Mickey's Mousetrap. That being said, the thing that keeps Mickey from getting a 1 here is...
Go, train, go.
See, Fantasia was released in 1940, which means that it will also
Oh!
in the foreseeable future, meaning that there's a world where Mickey is getting legit magical powers in these horror movies. And you know...
No, please, 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 please. I would love if the train went just a tiny bit faster.
Yeah, that checks
Never mind.
out, and it could be scary, so 2 out of 4 for unique powers. Either way, this leaves Mickey in a great position at the head of the pack here.
I need to visit. 1, 2, 3.
But is the mouse the head honcho? Next up, the character that might be Mickey's main competition here, Donald Duck. Let's not mince words here. Donald is the only of Disney's characters whose personality would be 0.
What the fudge?
Slasher movie. The Duck's a full-blown psycho.
That's fine.
prone to violent outbursts, temper tantrums, and fits of blinding rage against everyone from his best friends to random strangers, it's easy to see why this loose cannon wildcard was actually more popular than Mickey for much of the 30s and 40s, and why he may be the more effective killing machine. For one thing, did you know that Donald is the only of Mickey's friends with an actual military service record? Yeah, for real. Donald Duck was frequently used in old propaganda cartoons and has been recognized as a well-decorated soldier by the real United States military in the real world. Yeah, in real life. All in all, this does a lot for Donald across all of our categories. First of all, a horror movie villain that used to be a military service member allows us to do a lot with social commentary, exploring themes of PTSD or how soldiers often struggle to reintegrate with society after their service. There's a really powerful story in there about the lack of empathy and support that our service members are given. So, kind of like the first Rambo, but with a duck instead of Sylvester Stallone. It would also give our movie monster Donald access to all of the training and equipment that the real U.S. military offers. So, this is a duck that can fight and shoot on top of his quick temper.
Enter your gray hair era with Suave Hair Care. Salon quality shampoos and conditioners.
Man, being trans would be so cool.
Soldier/sailor getup also gives Donald a leg up in terms of his unique design. Though mutant birds are no stranger to horror cinema, just look at Hatching, Thanksgiving, The Rage, and, well, the birds. Combining it with the military aesthetic adds the same flair that gave Pete a bit of an edge earlier. And that's without bringing in the actual physiology of ducks, which could really enhance our horror Donald into something wild. For instance, did you know that ducks can pull all-nighters that put us theorists to shame? Ducks can literally sleep with one eye open, only putting half of their brain to sleep while the other is awake, alert, and on the lookout for predators.
Man.
That means that Donald could literally watch you 24/7 while getting his own full 8 hours of rest. And no matter where you go, ducks can keep an eye on you. Because of the placement of their eyes on the sides of their head, they have 340 degrees of vision. So no matter how you approach a duck, it's likely they're going to spot you coming. And you can't even hide from a duck because they have tetrachromacy. Basically, this is like the opposite of being colorblind. Instead of having trouble telling colors apart, ducks can clearly see the difference between colors and shades that humans can't. Meaning that you might think that you're perfectly camouflaged, but Donald can see you always. So again, great power set here. All in all, this adds up to Donald getting super solid 3s across the board.
Go.
With an additional 4th point in his importance to Disney since he's one of the company's heaviest hitters. That leaves Donald tied with Mickey at 13 out of
No. You're telling me they spawned randomly?
Consider that these are probably Disney's
You're telling me they spawned randomly?
as they duke it out.
No. 999. Oh no, they're okay. I'm a little low, so I'm not gonna make it. Man, these challenges are going out great for me ever since Catter left. Catter gives me good luck, man. Yeah. He needs sleep anyway.
What exactly is Goofy again? Like, he looks to be some sort of dog, but not a dog like Pluto is, so he's more of a weird dog-human hybrid. That right there
Nope.
already
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
horror genre, and we could pull from werewolf mythology here, but there's actually a different direction that I would go. See, a strangely recurring motif in early Goofy cartoons was to set him in the American Southwest, like an El Guacho Goofy and Two Gun Goofy. And I figure if someone's gonna make a shameless cash grab public domain horror film exploiting Mr. Goofier, they might as well go the extra mile and misappropriate.
No, I'm gonna die.
Many of the
Okay, I surely thought I was gonna die.
peoples across the plains and the Southwest believe the coyote to be a trickster spirit, one who could shapeshift and occasionally look the form of a human being. Coyotes are obviously part of the canine genus, so one taking human form and becoming this sort of dog-man hybrid, masquerading like a normal human like Goofy, could make for a super compelling
I think a
design.
cabbage thing
Also
spawns
lets
there.
various different stages of man-dog hybrid throughout the movie, letting creature designers get creative and bringing in some of that body horror we like so much from Horace and Clarabelle. So, Goofy is getting a 4 here in his potential for a unique design. Additionally, the coyote myth actually works so
It's
nicely well with
not here.
cartoons from the 40s. During this period,
Got it.
starred in Disney's How To series. series, a string of mockumentaries where Goofy lived in a world full of other Goofys. He was basically just a normal everyman. In a horror context, this could really let us lean into a distrust of your neighbor. If, for a great deal of the movie, Goofy just looked like any old normal person, this disguise could lead to some great tension as our protagonists tried to figure out who is the trickster spirit haunting them. Can you trust your neighbor, your partner, your best friend, your dog, or are they a coyote man trying to trick and murder you? That is a great analog for the real world distrust a lot of people are feeling for their fellow human beings right now. So again, that's a 4 for potential commentary. And what's more, this how-to series also demonstrated Goofy's ability to master pretty much any physical athletic feat you can imagine, including gliding, skiing, swimming, fishing, hockey, baseball, gymnastics, golf, Olympic track and field, and even the history of martial arts. On top of taking advantage of this shapeshifter coyote trickster spirit, Goof is also just a monster when it comes to his physical prowess. So that's a solid 3 for Goofy's powers and abilities, leaving him with
I don't need another fire bending.
and putting him clearly at the head of the pack. George G. Goof is our winner today and clearly the best pick for a Disney horror movie. For almost a century, we've seen Goofy as this lovable, lanky dude just trying his best, trying to be a good dad. But when you step back and look at it, there doesn't seem to be any tool he can't use, any skill he can't somehow blunder through, any physical challenge he can't rise to, in any scenario he can't improvise.
Is that a llama?
Out of. As Mickey and friends march into the public domain and will inevitably be picked apart by horror filmmakers, today we've proven that Goofy is the most uncanny. He has the powers, he has the potential for commentary, he has the unique design, and the importance to pop culture. The only thing he really needs to turn him into a horror movie monster is something to set him off. And let's be real, if you're in a horror movie and you've reached to that point, attracted the ire of George G. Goof himself, well, you've done goofed already. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. And hey, again, if you want an explanation for how all of these characters are going to become horror movie monsters, go check out our theory talking about why these characters are entering the public domain and what that means for us moving forward. Or if you want something just dunking on Disney, go check out our video talking about how they're creating AI propaganda.
Alright, let's see. Alright, open up this, alright. I have to disable my ad block. My ad block's disabled though. How do you mean? Alright. Of course they want money. Money. Alright. So there's one like around here. I'm sorry. Are you trying to shoot at me? Don't you know I'm Artemis? The goddess of war? And I'm immortal? Don't you know that? Don't you know who I am? Oh wait. There's one, there should be one right there. So now I just need to play 2 more matches, get a kill. And then like that challenge will be done. This challenge is gonna be the one that takes forever. Because I'm either gonna find a cabbage cart with no firebending, or find firebending with no cabbage cart. Let's see. It should be like right around here. It is not here. Alright, there's another one like around here. So. Oh great. Someone's here. And I don't feel like fighting. when the storm is on our butts. Sorry, Hope. Sorry that I had to do that. You're a great Fortnite skin. You're like the best from last season. Almost said last chapter. Oh wait, that's gonna be in the storm. Oh well. Bandages, bandages, yes. Go. Alright. Cabbage. I need cabbage cart. Go. If there's no cabbage cart here, I'm gonna lose it. Yes. Let's go. Alright, now all I need to do is just leave the game. Get a kill, then leave the game. But first of all, let me just... Ah, dang it, I closed out the tab. But good thing I can just control shift T. Laughing Toff, Air Nomad staff. I'm gonna send this in the group chat so Catter and Allie know what to do for the challenges, like where they need to go and stuff. Yeah, why not? I love Avatar though, like such a great series so far, and I'm only 4 episodes in. Like what I'm gonna do, right? Just have the image copied, and then turn on my ad blocker. Yeah. Alright, one kill, then another, then creative mode. And then that's all I will be needing to do. 2 kills.
Sorry about this, Yuta.
Oh, please.
We're here to save the life of our friend. That is all. We paid her to help us get in and get...
I skipped the ad just in case there was a no word.
You know what this game is truly about? I'm shocked that we didn't cover this thing sooner. I mean, it's right on brand for us. Fantastical stories, a family curse, dead kids, and not just one, but several dead kids. I mean, that's like the golden buzzer of getting fast-tracked to a theory. Then again, what do you say about a game that people have been combing over for the past half-decade? A game that's been analyzed up, down, and sideways and is practically memorized by its hardest core fans? Well, what if I tell you that Great-Grandma Edie is a serial murderer? That this supposed family curse that took the lives of at least 10 people was actually Edie the entire time. A serial killer bumping off members of the family one by one. It seems crazy, right? Well, sometimes crazy ideas lead to the best theories. In today's, some weird logical inconsistencies that are inside of the story. So come with me, friends, as we scale the not-so-structurally sound tower of lies that's hidden inside this not-so-structurally sound house. Seriously, this thing is like a late-game Jenga tower. And we're about to pull the piece that makes it all come crumbling down. Hey, I'm mixing metaphors at this point, right? Like, at one point we're climbing up this wobbly tower, but now I'm pulling the tower down. Just saying, I'm very confused about what I'm doing with this tower of lies right now. Just saying. Also, before we start, I'm just gonna say that there are a lot of names and details in the story. I'm gonna do my best to keep it as streamlined as possible, but cards ready to remind yourself the difference between a Gregory Finch and a Gus Finch. Anyway, this game is narrated to us by Edith Finch, a young 17-year-old mother-to-be who heads back to her abandoned childhood home before the birth of her son to try and learn the truth of her family's backstory. The big twist at the end
And, spoiler alert, is that Edith has already died in childbirth, and that the whole game was her son Christopher reading the journal that she left behind for him. So already, off the bat, we're dealing with a story about stories, about legends that are handed down from generation to generation. We also have a story about unreliable narrators, people telling their versions of events. Keep that one in mind. It's going to be super important. So what's the big family secret that got a pregnant woman to scurry across the roof of her old abandoned house? Well, her family is supposedly cursed. People in the family keep dropping dead due to tragic or unusual circumstances. A man is hit by a train after years of staying in a bunker. A child star is killed off by quote-unquote monsters. A young boy launches himself off a cliff while riding a swing, and a small girl dies of poisoning from eating toothpaste and berries. The list goes on and on. As we explore the house room by room, we get flashbacks to relive these.
Let's go!
One by one. Someone is yeeted off a cliff by a deer, while another is crushed by a giant dragon slide. A baby drowns in a bathtub, while another child is killed in a storm. But notice.
I need to go to the bathroom. Are you serious? Well, I'll be right back. I'm back. Holy goodness, it's gold. I can't believe AJR was in a Wendy's commercial, bro. One more kill. In creative mode.
Poet
My friend wants me to give him Starlit. I was gonna buy it myself since I really want it, but I'll gift it. And plus, I can always earn more from Save the World. Or Catter, but like, that would be like a sugar daddy, mommy things. I don't know if it's safe to say that on YouTube anymore.
How to get her iconic scream back, she's attacked by a murderous bookman. And that is all we're told about Barbara's death. Remember, he was fell. We also know that her younger brother Walter did in fact see something that sent him running to the gaze in fear of what lay on the other side. He even keeps Barbara's clutch down there with him above the fake window that he created for himself, either as a memory of his deceased sister or as a means of protection, or likely a combination of both. The truth about Barbara's death is, to this day, one of the most persistent the killer to the house, literally consuming her alive. One theory I haven't really seen, though, is that it was Edie. Great-grandma Edie did it. Intentionally or not, she caused Barbara's death. Let's look at the facts, shall we? As I mentioned before, Walter sees something the night of Barbara's death. Something that causes him to lock himself in an underground...
Airbending. Let's go. I am the Greek goddess Artemis. I am a pretty woman. I am the prettiest of all women. I love being a woman. I'm a short but pretty woman. That is actually Cap, but like, well, at least the pretty thing was Cap. Ooh, somebody's over here. No more Fortnite. No more cards. No more $19 Fortnite cards. Bro, if you could. Okay. You know what, bro? Yeah, that's what I thought. Ooh, damn. Alright. Let's leave.
That detail feels important. It feels real. That is the instrument of murder here. And if there was any doubt that the monster on the other side of the door is Edie, Walter also tells us this.
I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
This isn't fear of a curse, that's imminent fear. That is fear of a real, helpable, current threat. Someone determined to silence a person who's seen too much. And we know for a fact that there is indeed some dark secret.
Hey, where is Starlit? I need to get it quickly since I am streaming. Oh god, okay. Where's the person? No. Where's the person? Oh, hey, Barney. There they are. The gift, the gift. Wait, hold. Did I get it to the right person? Okay, yes, I did. Okay, now what I need to do, right, is go here. Alt account. X.
Hype about winning a family day out at Druid World. It's like a lame YouTube giveaway. Like, yo, if you smash that subscribe button and leave a comment down below, I'm gonna give out 3 passes to Druid World. If you can manage to get over your excitement for Druid World, you can see the article about the Mole Man. We're told by Edith that
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
a mole man living under the Finch house. That, my friends, is Walter. That is her traumatized son. Edie literally called her son a mole man and sold the story to a seedy newspaper. That is the sort of person that we're dealing with here. In another part of the room is this short story.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
She loves the fame, and she is shameless in pursuing it, and nothing shows that more clearly than Barbara. It struck me as the first time I played the game that a comic book would publish the story, real or fictionalized, about the tragic death of a very real young woman. And I wasn't the only one. Edith calls this out as she wanders through the house.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Right? Your daughter dies, but you keep the comic book that retells her getting eaten to death? I mean, that's pretty sinister, even for someone who jokes about death. And sure, we later get this line.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered.
Again, Edie lies. Edie lies a lot. For the real reason that comic book is there, look no further than Great-Grandma's bedroom. Right next to that Mole Man story in Edie's room, and right under the article where she's made famous for not leaving the house, we see a binder labeled Barbara Concepts. Concepts for what? Well, I think it's concepts for stories. She sold Barbara's story, just like she sold Walter's story as the Mole Man. This whole wall is kind of like her wall of fame. Little bits of time that she got to be actively famous. She's either directly or indirectly related to the deaths of those around her, at which point she twists them into something fantastical. If I were to guess, it's her creating fictions that make her less responsible for the deaths. It's also probably part coping mechanism. And lastly, is to make those deaths beautiful, poetic. Blame it all on this legendary family curse that allows her stories to live on. All Barbara wanted to be was remembered, Edie? Yeah, I think you might be just talking about yourself. So far, I've mainly focused on Walter and Barbara, but Edie being a monster is shown less explicitly in other stories, too. When leaving his bunker, Walter says this.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara, and Molly, and Calvin.
Well, let's look at both Molly and Kelvin then, shall we? Molly is the first Finch child that we meet and the first death we play through. The story goes that she's sent to bed without dinner, and because she's hungry, she decides to eat things like a tube of toothpaste, some Christmas berries, likely holly berries based on the color, and an old carrot. It's speculated that this combination somehow poisons her, but I looked into the food that she ate and I just don't realistically think that it could have actually killed her. The carrot was in the same bowl as what appears to be gerbil droppings, so she could have gotten salmonella, something that's known to be transferred in rodent droppings, but that wouldn't have killed her. She would have been sick with symptoms like stomach cramps, vomiting, and a fever, but all of that would have passed in a week or so. Holly berries are a similar story. She only eats about 3, and while they certainly can be poisonous, she'd have to have eaten 20 or so to have actually ingested a deadly amount. The toothpaste, same pattern. While toothpaste in 1947 had thankfully stopped using soap as an ingredient,
Soap? Soap? They used the soap as about that, right?
Which again can be poisonous in large amounts. But 1 tube of toothpaste is highly unlikely to be fatal.
Oh yeah, my Fortnite crew is gonna expire in a few days.
Why is Molly hungry in the first place?
I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner.
Edie, her mom, sent her to bed without dinner. We can see that her Halloween candy's gone. My guess is that this detail is showing us why she's being punished. She ate her candy when she wasn't supposed to, and when you try to go out the door, you get this.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, stay. Go to sleep.
She's...
Toby, why aren't you eating your Cinnabon full part?
Well, I wanted to save the best part for last, but it's all...
I want to play the what is it?
Toby, eat your breakfast.
Edith Finch?
I just
What is the game called? The Tragic Tale of Edith Finch? Just Edith Finch? The Death of Edith Finch?
She's a 10-year-old girl who is literally locked in her room and starving to death. That is not okay. Intentionally or no, Edie's actions of locking her kid in her room and not feeding her of a girl who goes hungry, but instead of violently starving to death while locked in her room, the whole thing is made magical when her hunger transforms her into a cat, just like we played through in the game. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if Edie fabricated Molly's journal in the first place. As for Calvin, well, he launches himself off a cliff while playing on a swing. He didn't build that swing set at the top of a large cliff. That blame absolutely falls on his parents. That's not all. Notice his leg. It's in a cast. It's broken. Now, is that necessarily Edie's fault? I don't know. I can't find any proof one way or the other. But it's made abundantly clear that her kids are afraid of her. This house is hiding some dark secret that makes people run for their lives, so wouldn't be surprised. At best, Edie is an aggressively neglectful parent. Worse, she's actively attacking her kids. And worst case scenario, she's killing them off when they step on a line, then covering up the truth with fantastical stories. It's interesting to note that every death in the Finch has been connected back to Edie in some way. Any family member who lived with her or was close to her is perished. Edie is always there. Edie is there calling to Molly as she starves. She's there calling to Kelvin to come in before he launches himself off a cliff. She's the monster on the other side of Walter's bunker door. Barbara dies in her house, and then Edie goes on to sell the story. There is no curse here. There is only Edie. She is the curse. And I think she knows it. For all the commentary that's been going on about this game, I've never really seen anyone talk about
what?
the most important one of the batch. It's the story that she tells to Edith the night before Edith and her mom run away. It's actually a story that Edie writes in the form of a book, hidden in the now sealed-off library.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you. There's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
It's also the only story in the game that goes unfinished. Basically, the story is about one night when there's a particularly low tide. Edie is able to revisit the ruins of her old house, one that had sunken under the waves decades ago. On the way there, she gets lost.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my I started seeing.
Right.
Eventually, she makes it to the house.
I need a diamond for that.
A lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back.
I need to sneeze. Sorry.
What are you doing in here?
She opens the gate, a light turns on in one of the windows, and then the book is ripped away from Edith before she can finish. What is this story all about? What is Edie asking Edith to do? Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and what? Figure out? Explain? What? I think this is meant to be Edie's confession. Her telling the story of her past experiences and past mistakes that only she can, in the form of a highly symbolic
1001. Dang.
Here is when the fog rolled in, I lost my way. Got turned around. But what was all of this? What way did she lose? And what is her coming back to the old house mean? Well, Edie says that this is the story of what happened the night that Edith was born. We know that Edith was born in 1999. At that point, there hadn't been a quote-unquote death in the family since 1983. The next death would be in 2000. They'll find whatever secret is inside the Finch household and then suddenly disappears. Walter leaves his bunker and immediately dies by quote-unquote train in 2005, and then there's Edith's brother Lewis in 2010. Could this whole story be symbolic of Edie's journey with her father's ideas? She's heading back to the old house. She's heading back to her origin, back to the teachings of her father. She says that when she gets back to the house, she remembers things, and she can come back to old friends. The light turning on at the end is a representation of that enlightenment. But what is she being enlightened to? Is it a return to the importance of family? Is it a return to being a monster? Does she realize that by killing people off, she's once again helping them join the great majority? A lot of this sounds like the actions of an addict. They may know what they're doing is wrong, but their old habits can be like a crutch, a friend that they feel safe around, despite knowing it's bad for them. Maybe that's why Dawn rips the book out of Edith's hands, because she's figured it out and doesn't want Edith reading it to get similar ideas. Edie wrote it to Edith to explain her actions, so Edith might take the lessons and apply them for the future generations of the family. Edie knew she was getting old and couldn't keep going forever. Maybe this was meant to be a passing of the torch. However you slice it, Edie is a monster. I don't think there's any way to deny it. Whether or not she actively killed off members of her family intentionally can't truly be proven. We That's not yet, but it seems likely that she's been directly involved with many of the tragedies that befell the family. And then she went on to brand the family and curse the local pop culture so that she could be immortal. She was
Like and subscribe for more fam deaths.
violent. And when people learned the truth of the Finch matriarch, they had a habit of disappearing. Walter, Milton, what remains of Edith Finch is a mystery of trauma, all pointing back to the actions of.
Oh dang, I leveled up. I didn't even notice.
Is told to you in the library, a place where.
Wait, did they fix? Oh my god, I think they fixed the crit. Oh, thank you, Epic. You fixed the glitch.
By all their deaths.
You fixed the creative glitch. Oh my god.
Tap water. How come?
Well, because
Whoa.
hello again. It's been so long. Did you miss me? Because I definitely missed you. I've been watching you, you know, through the screen. Watching you do things. So great. Get time. It's get to spend this time together just you and me.
How do I do it? Make it perfect? Now it really can be just us. And look, dinner's already served.
What the hell?
Hello, internet. Welcome.
I'm not gonna have. I don't think I can sleep tonight.
Balanced YouTube diet. You've got your math, science, history, lore,
And cannibalism.
That's right, friends. It's the return of Cannibalism Crossover Weekend. Because nothing says brand safe online content quite like discussing proper nutrition. We're trapped in a situation where the only food source is human flesh. Last year around this time, we did a 3-way collab with the channels where each one talked about cannibalism in some unique way. And this year, we're bringing it back. Over on Food Theory, we're learning about what clothes you can safely eat before you have to resort to nibbling a knee. And over on Film Theory, well, okay, it's just a 2-way crossover between game theory and food theory. The timing of cannibalism episode didn't work out over on Film Theory, and I just really wanted to talk about the back rooms, okay? Just couldn't resist that sweet, sweet lore. Anyway, that food theory about eating clothes was largely inspired by the game we're talking about today, Cooking Companion, a visual novel-style game produced by Dear Dream Studios, a team that saw Doki Doki Literature Club and said, hold my carving knife. I don't know what it is about these games that keeps drawing me in. I mean, maybe it's the fun characters, or the really cute anime art style, or the, oh, yep, that one. It's definitely the scary hidden lore. And boy, does Cooking Companions have lore intrigue for days. On the surface, it appears to be a story of 5 characters trapped in a remote family with no supplies, eventually forced to turn on each other in order to survive. Now, that alone would be pretty darn bleak, but bit by bit, we start seeing hints to an even darker backstory. Secret notes in the bathroom, locked doors in the basement, bones under the floorboards, nightmares that suggest the sins of our past, and hints that the same scenario has played out thousands of times before. So who are we really? What horrors have happened inside this cabin? And seriously, why are we being stalked by a team of talking vegetables? I mentioned that one, right? The talking vegetables? No? Yeah, that's a thing too. So I hope you're hungry, because I've got some freshly carved lore all ready to serve up. First, since this game has been criminally underplayed on YouTube, let me catch you up. Like most visual novels, you play as the unseen protagonist, and you start the game in a cabin with your 4 friends, innocent Mariah, eager Anatoly, compassionate Gregor, and Karen. Who's a Karen?
Last time I was in here, I asked for an almond shape, and I got something else. So if you just do what I ask, that would be great.
It appears you've gotten lost, and you found this cabin to stay in for a few nights as you Karen, cabin with your 4 friends, innocent Mariah,
Me for real.
compassionate Gregor, and Karen. Who's a Karen?
Mariah is my favorite from Cooking Companions.
An almond shape, and I got something else. So if you just do what I ask.
Dang, 15 Battle Pass stars.
It appears that you've gotten lost.
You already know what I'm gonna do.
A few nights as you regroup, and we are named the chef of the group. In true dating sim form, you spend your first few days exploring the cabin and interacting with the characters to build relationships, learning more about their unique backstories as you go. By choosing to visit the right rooms at the right times, you also find hidden notes in the bathroom or under floorboards. But 2 days in, things start to take a turn. Your rations run out and a storm rolls in that prevents you from leaving the cabin. With starvation very quickly setting in, we begin to have nightmares.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
drowning, being cooked alive, hot pokers in the eye. With seemingly no hope of survival, Mariah offers to swim through the floodwaters in an effort to find help or food, but we all know the truth. You have a tearful goodbye with her as she leaves the cabin, never to be seen again. In completely unrelated news, we managed to find ourselves a new source of mystery meat. Huh, how lucky. Guess we're gonna be eating good tonight, but that mystery meat can only last for so long. One by one, we lose people from the cabin. First Anatoly, and then Gregor, leaving us alone with just Karen. Just Karen. Who really takes a liking to the whole eating human flesh thing. Fun fact, this is actually something that real-world scientists have observed in cannibals. Not something chemically in the meat, but it's a high. The euphoria that they get from doing something that they know is wrong on a deeply human level that becomes...
I'm level 90, jeez.
Like Pringles. Once you pop, the cannibalism don't stop. As the days drag
Once
on,
you pop, you can't stop.
All the while, Karen starts looking a bit too eager and a bit too hungry, so we end up locking her in the basement. Eventually, we're like, she's gotta be dead, right? And we go down into the basement, but obviously she's not. Classic girl tries to kill boy, boy pulls an evil reverse card, steals girl's knife, and plunges it into her chest. The end. Or so I thought. I actually finished my playthrough of Live before getting to the final twist because I am a big brain gamer.
Traffic jams, tailgating, highlights.
Man, shut up.
Alright, friends. Well, there you have it. I've been watching Marvel movies for years. There's always a post-credit scene. What was I thinking? Anyway, fortunately, I did go back and clean up some of the endings, and it's at this point that we find out how our characters actually wound up in the cabin. See, it turns out that you were never part of the group. This is your cabin. All the others just stumbled across you when they got lost. The group explains their situation, but then you, quote, ask the questions you've asked thousands of times. Did you come on your own free will, or were you sent? When they say that they come on their own free will, but were also technically sent, we see that they, quote, answered incorrectly. Wait, sorry, what? We've asked this question before? Is this some sort of a time loop? Are we all in purgatory and keep having to relive this situation in order to, you know, find a solution where we don't end up meeting our friends? What is going on here? Oh, and again, there are vegetables called the chompettes that talk to you when no one else is around.
You smell like it.
Overlook that little detail. There's also a nightmare mode and a game plus, and a mode that drops you straight into Cuphead. I'm sorry. What? What? What world are we living in here? Okay, there's clearly a lot to unpack inside of this thing, but it really
I like how Yub is in Cooking Companions.
First is what's actually going on inside the cabin. What's up with the mysterious notes, the nightmares, who are we, and what does the whole ending sequence about being sent versus free will mean? The second main mystery has to do with the chompettes, those little anthropomorphic...
Oh, are you serious? We have to drop in...
There's a lot there to discuss.
It's... for all maps. Okay. Well... Oh dang, first person.
When the food starts to run out,
hello.
It says this, quote,
Bread and jam isn't much of a meal, but it's more than you had when you left Ukraine.
No, obviously that's just a one-off comment. But if you max out your relationship with Mariah,
no.
She confesses that the situation in the cabin isn't nearly as bad as what they left in the Ukraine. Given at this point you basically run out of food with no chance of finding more, that is quite the statement. She continues, quote,
Our village went mad from starvation after the rationing got extreme. Parents sending their children to orphanages instead of letting them starve at home. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Eventually we decided we needed to escape, so we stole supplies until we had enough for the journey to keep our spirits up. Gregor described it as a vacation. You don't usually face death during a vacation, though.
It also Karen again in the final battle, saying repeatedly that she should have never left Ukraine. And it's at this point that I'd like to mention the giant element in the room. While yes, I'm making jokes about cannibalism in this game, none of it is to make light of the situation that's currently happening over in the Ukraine right now, or honestly, Ukraine in the past. Sadly, this is a part of the world that's had to deal with a lot of horrific and tragic events, some of which we're actually about to discuss as part of the context for this game. It is pure coincidence that Cooking Companions came out, and only months later, the country is now suddenly embroiled in war. This is not meant to make light of anything happening there. I'm making this video to talk about a cool new game with very interesting lore made by a team of passionate creators who made something that I just want more people to know about. And thanks to their game, I became more aware of the folklore and history coming from that part of the world. And as a result, I've grown a greater sense of appreciation for the people that are currently being affected by the terrible, violent actions that are happening. In making this video and sharing it with you, I'm hopeful that you're able to take away some of that too. Our hearts are with everyone who's been affected, all the families that have been displaced or torn apart. So if anything in this video inspires you to help the people in that region of the world, we're linking to relevant charities down in the description that are helping the refugees right now. Back to the game though, it's also worth noting that Ukraine isn't the only real-world location mentioned. Like any good indie horror title, there are hidden clues scattered throughout which come in the form of handwritten notes that you can only have access to by exploring the right rooms on the right days and by clicking certain interact options multiple times. It is not easy to find this stuff, but when you do find them, two mention Zakopane, a little Polish town about 86 miles or 300 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. We also get more location hints thanks to the appetizer edition of the game, a standalone cooking companions experience released a few months prior to the main title. In it, you get quizzed by the Chopettes on general trivia, all so that sweet lore. One of the questions, for instance, asks us where we are, and the correct answer turns out to be the Tatras Mountains, a forested mountain range that sits between Poland and Slovakia. And
I missed.
Just north of the Tatras Mountains is none other than the little town of Zakopane. Combine that with Mariah's comments about needing to escape from Ukraine, and it seems very clear that Mariah, Gregor, Anatoly, and Karen are Ukrainian refugees. But refugees of what? If you follow Anatoly's romance line instead of Mariah's, you end up learning that his dog died.
Do I not get XP from this? I thought I get XP from this.
Obviously, there are a lot of wars, so which one could he possibly be talking about? Well, it appears to be World War I. See, we're told in the extras menu that Anatoly is 25, with World War I being between 1914 and 1918. That would mean the game likely takes place between 1933 and 1940.
Oh, there's a score on the side. I've never played this.
Event in the history of Ukraine is known as Holodomor. Holodomor is a famine that took place in Soviet Ukraine between 1932 and 1933. This game is a term derived from the Ukrainian words for hunger, holod, and extermination, more. And it was just as brutal as Mariah describes. To grossly oversimplify the events here, dictator Joseph Stalin aggressively seized control of the farmland and personal property of peasants in order for it to be controlled by the communist Soviet government. This collectivization movement failed due to government disorganization, which destroyed rural economies and led to massive food shortages across the country, with peasants started to rebel against policies in Ukraine, especially in provinces that had previously fought against the Red Army during the Russian Civil War. Stalin decided it was time to crack down and assert control by creating blacklists of towns that would...
I need to, hold on.
It's Stalin a prologue. We can go anywhere we want.
I think this is it. Oh, 1,000. Handing over a... I don't know what it is called, but it's like my favorite Vine. Oh god, that world's chillest man asks suspect for a robbery. Nah, bro. Rematch. Where's the Vine? Wait, hold up. Maybe... There it is. No, I just need to go to, my video downloader. Maria, or whatever her name is. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's some
Hello again.
you.
Eric starts to run out. Mariah says this.
Mariah.
Been affected. All of it starts. Everyone who's been sharing for the people. They just want more people.
Mariah.
And
Right.
thanks to their game, I became more aware of the folklore history coming from that part of the
Take
world.
it.
And as a result, I've grown a greater sense of appreciation for the people that are currently being affected by the terrible, violent actions that are happening. In making this video and sharing it with you, I'm hopeful that you're able to take away some of that too. Our hearts are with everyone.
4,000 XP. Jesus.
So if anything in this video inspires you to help the people in that region of the world, we're linking to relevant charities down in the
This is how.
helping the refugees.
You know, I might be able to get this done by.
It's worth noting that Ukraine isn't the only real-world location mentioned. Like any good indie horror title, there are hidden clues scattered throughout, which come in the form of handwritten notes that you can only have access to by exploring the right rooms on the right days and by clicking certain interact options multiple times. It is not easy to find this stuff, but when you do find them, too, mention Zakopane, a little Polish town about 186 miles or 300 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. We also get more location hints thanks to the appetizer edition of the game, a standalone cooking companions experience released a few months prior to the main title. In it, you get quizzed by the Chompettes on general trivia, all with hints of that sweet, sweet lore. One of the questions, for instance, asks us where we are, and the correct answer turns out to be the Tatras Mountains, a forested mountain range that sits between Poland and Slovakia. And wouldn't you know it, but just north of the Tatras Mountains is none other than the little town of Zakopane. Combine that with Mariah's comment about needing to escape from Ukraine, and it seems very clear that Mariah, Gregor, Anatoly, and Karen are Ukrainian refugees. But refugees what? If you follow Anatoly's romance line instead of Mariah's, you end up learning that his dog died when he was 6. This dog apparently meant a lot to his father as it helped him find food during, quote, the war. Obviously, there are a lot of wars, so which one could he possibly be talking about? Well, it appears to be World War I. See, we're told in the extras menu that Anatoly is 25. With World War I being between 1914 and 1918, that would mean the game likely takes place between 1933 and 1937. And
I really hope there's no, you know, kind of stuff of Maria. Mahari. What's her name? What's her name again? I forgot. I keep forgetting about cooking companions, so like. Let me just go to Google Translator. I'll do this. Let me just put it in detected language.
Mariah.
Mariah. Alright. It's such a simple name.
Mariah describes. To grossly oversimplify the affair, dictator Joseph Stalin aggressively seized control of the farmland and personal property of the peasants in order for it to be controlled by the communist Soviet government. This collectivization movement failed due to government disorganization, which destroyed rural economies and led to massive food shortages across the country. When peasants started to rebel against these policies in Ukraine, especially in provinces that had previously fought against the Red Army during the Russian Civil War, Stalin decided it was time to crack down and assert control by creating blacklists of towns that wouldn't receive the government-controlled food. Police were also sent to ransack homes and take anything that was edible, crops, personal food supplies, pets. In the end, at least 5 million people died of hunger resulting from the Great Famine. So 9 million of which were Ukrainian. And much like a
That did not feel like 10 rounds.
The situation got so bad that people had to resort to cannibalism in order to survive. A doctor wrote in 1933 that she had not yet become a cannibal, but was, quote, not sure that I shall not be one by the time my letter reaches you. The good people died first. Those who refused to steal or to prostitute themselves died. Those who gave food to others died. Those who refused to eat corpses died. Those who refused to kill their fellow man died. Parents who resisted cannibalism died before their children did. End quote. So it seems like our 4 cabin friends are refugees running away from the Holodomor horrors that are happening over the Soviet
I need my
state.
meds.
That then leaves the question of, who are we? Well, something about what we do know about our character. We're a cannibal that lives in some cabin in the forested mountains of Poland and Slovakia. We also know that we're hideous to look at. If our 4 companions' reaction to us when we first arrived is anything to go by during that twist ending. We also asked this really random, really specific question about free will versus being sent that apparently has itself.
No, I didn't want to clip
So
that.
we started there with that very specific question and immediately got back information on a supernatural being called the Baba Yaga, a character from Slavic folklore, so we're in the right part of the world, who lives in a remote cabin, check again, often described as an old hag with a deformed appearance. Again, just like Arcadia's appearance in the game. She's also known to cannibalize the visitors to her home. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a bingo. And here's the kicker. Baba Yaga is known for asking that specific free will versus scent question. Apparently the correct answer for that is I am here 75% of my own free will, 65% by compulsion, which, if you do the math, totals up to 140%. So, I don't know, maybe she needs some math classes in addition to the Chompets teaching her cooking classes. In fact, the more you look at the game, the more we find connecting us back to Baba Yaga.
Oh yeah, I can get that done. I can get these done.
And would you know it, but we can find a chicken bone in the bedroom underneath the floorboards as a little Easter egg back to that original story. Not only that, but Karen is actually designed to look very similar to another character from Slavic folklore, Vasilisa the Beautiful, a girl that finds Baba Yaga in the woods during her own story. Even our nightmares between days of the game point to stories that involve the Baba Yaga. The second dream we get about being shoved into an oven closely follows the Russian folktale Ivanushka, where a boy refuses to be cooked in Baba Yaga's oven and instead tricks her into showing him how, trapping her in the oven and cooking her alive. So, there you have it. We are the Baba Yaga, a cannibal that feasts on those that are lost in the woods. And our latest victims are an unlucky group of refugees running away from a famine in their home country. Except still not quite the whole story. In Nightmare Mode, we get this line. You lost 4 of your humanity. They actually use it multiple times. But if we just lost some of our humanity, that then implies that we had humanity to start off with, right? We're not just some evil supernatural force, we're a human possessed by a supernatural force. And the game seems to back this up. After Mariah leaves the cabin, we have a dream about desecrating a corpse. We wake up in a different room than when we fell asleep, having some sort of mystery. This happens again when Anatoly leaves the cabin.
Mariah kind of looks like me, but like if I was a female.
Suddenly, we end up with more meat. The game tells you explicitly on a few occasions that you've been sleepwalking, which the Chompet Potato confirms in more detail. Quote,
In the first week with the red-haired woman and the others, where did you sleep? If I can be honest, it was truly horrific to witness. You would routinely collapse in the middle of the hallway, sleepwalking into walls, or worse, going down into the basement.
This proves that our non-folklore dreams, the ones where we chop people up, were not only real, but happening while we were asleep. We weren't fully in control of our actions, and something is keeping us alive beyond what's normal. The Chompets do seem to believe that if you're killed, Karen will take over the cabin, implying that the spirit of Baba Yaga can be passed from person to person in order to protect the cabin and the spirits that reside in it. So that just leaves us with one final question. How did we end up with the power of Baba Yaga? If we were potentially going to pass it on to Karen if we lost the final battle, then wouldn't it make sense for us to have gained it from someone before us? Well, fear not, dear theorists, because I'm pretty confident that I know how we got here. And it has everything to do with the most iconic characters from the franchise. Characters that you'll notice I still really haven't mentioned all that much today. I'm talking, of course, about the Chompets. More specifically, I think Potato is the key putting this whole thing together. He feels like the odd one of the group, not wanting to participate in the other Chompets games. He knows a lot about the caloric needs of the human body, and he gives out some strong murder vibes. Let's just call it a hunch. Or maybe the fact that he gives us a secret recipe explicitly called slaughter have been the previous Baba Yaga? The answer to that question is going to have to wait until part 2. I know, frustrating, but the Chompets come with a lot of mysteries that merit a full episode unto themselves.
Okay, so somewhere in here. Oh hell no! Hell no!
All the rest, they're still afraid to enter this room, too traumatized to come to grips with it. Why do you think that?
Dang it.
Some of the games with her, she wanted you to remember what happened to you. Now you're talking to a potato, and obviously you're not remembering anything. Goodbye, for now.
And you see, that's what happens when you talk to a potato instead of me. Here, you may not remember, but I certainly do, so let me fill in those blanks. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that would never think of eating its friends, because it doesn't have any. But hey, you can become a friend of the channel by hitting the subscribe button.
No, me up, line it up, line it up into the sky, yeah. Light it up, light it up,
going on beneath the surface? Last time we discovered that our 4 companions were actually refugees escaping from Ukraine.
I'm sorry, I don't earn
We also
XP.
figured out that we play as the old hag Baba Yaga, a character from Slavic folklore who asks you one question and then eats you when you answer wrong. Spoiler alert, these guys answered wrong. But even that doesn't appear to be the whole story. Although we appear to be the Baba Yaga, it seems like there might have been more Baba Yagas before us. There's one key line from our talking vegetable friends that makes it seem like if we lose, our cannibalism companion Karen will take our place.
Chumpettes, we can't allow Karen to take over the cabin.
Plus, inside the cabin are hidden notes that date back hundreds of years to the late 1700s, leading me to believe that maybe we haven't actually been here forever as the Baba Yaga, but instead are possessed by the spirit of her. A spirit that has passed from person to person over the decades. That at least was my theory. My initial theory. But could I prove it? What actually drew us to this cabin? What is our backstory? Well, to explain all of that and to truly understand what's going on inside of this game beyond just the flesh, we have to talk about the Chompettes. These guys are all over the artwork for this game, and you can see why. The kawaii little edibles lighten up what would otherwise be a completely grim horror story of starvation inside of a stranded cabin. In total, we have ourselves 5 key members of the Chompettes. Cabbage, leader of the group who likes to organize games for the others to play. Onion, the comedian, though not sure calling us stinky over and over again is actually that funny. Bread, the lover of puns, the vaguely threatening raspberry, and the grumpy, non-participatory potato. There's also frequent references to a missing 6th Chompette, Cornbread, but he's not around anymore. Throughout the game, these guys seem to make jokes, unlock new recipes, and generally comment on your declining mental stability. So, are they real, or are they just figments of your imagination? Even the player character asks this question the first time we encounter them in the game, and the answer is unclear at best. No one else seems to see them, and when we begin to pass out towards the end of the game, the characters seem to phase in and out of existence. Feels pretty obvious that we're just going mad, right? Then again, they can also keep drawers shut and slam doors and have even made mouse holes to travel unseen throughout the cabin. Plus, we're told Potato blocks those same mouse holes with rocks in New Game Plus, so they're not only able to move rocks, but also apparently can't pass through them. Well, the answer to what they really are seems to come at the end of that New Game Plus. After killing an enraged Karen down in the basement, we actually get a little cutscene that shows her lying on the ground, eyes widening as she dies, only for it to then cut to the Chompette welcoming in a new vegetable turn-up to the group. Though this new Chompette is labeled as a he, the editing makes it very clear that it's meant to be Karen. But then why would she, of all the people, become a Chompette as opposed to everyone else that we see die throughout the game? Mariah, Gregor, and Anatoly all die in the game, but they only haunt the cabin as spirits. Form something meant to chase us around. So what's going on here? Well, several times throughout the game, both the spirits of our dead companions and the Chompettes, they mentioned that, quote, those who die in the cabin are bound by different rules.
The rules are different for people that die in the cabin. The lucky ones are dead.
The important word here is in the cabin. Earlier in the game, Mariah and Anatoly both leave the cabin in search of food. These moments are emphasized by a little jingle with the explicit words, character has left the cabin. Pretty hard to deny what's going on in those moments. As for Gregor, our third companion, well, yes, he does die inside the cabin. It isn't by our hand. He's been cut to pieces by Karen. Mariah, Gregor, and Anatoly are haunting the cabin because of our guilt, but Karen died inside the cabin's basement from stab wounds leaving flames, which is why she then becomes a Chompette. This in turn suggests that all the other Chompettes must function the same way. Previous victims of the Baba Yaga also murdered within the confines of the cabin. During the hide-and-seek section of the story, we find Onion in the bedroom who tells us this.
I'm sorry to hear about Mariah and Toby and Gregor, but yikes, that's 3 people gone in less than a month. Not as bad as 5 people in one night, though, right?
5 deaths, 5 Chompettes. Pieces seem like they're falling into place. We even get this line from Onion during the fight with Karen in the basement.
Just finish this in one swift motion, like with Potato.
We killed Potato in one move, something that Potato confirms represented.
And hiding in a drawer, murdering theft in one day.
Wait, what? His knife? So far we've seen Cabbage refer to it as our knife, and we only ever asked Karen to give us back our knife, but it was originally Potato's? This is where things really start to get interesting. I mentioned last time how Potato really is the oddball of the group. While all the rest are willing to play along with Cabbage's games, Potato regularly stays silent, or else kills the moment with an offhanded comment, bringing everyone crashing back down to reality. In one of the game's many endings, he says that you should both leave the cabin to feast on all the people of local towns together. He also is the one that gives us the slaughter stew recipe, the only outright cannibalistic
Typical gamer.
recipe in the game. On top of all of it, during one of his survival lessons is an in-depth analysis of the Harris-Benedict equation, which calculates how people starve to death. You know, a totally normal, not serial killer-y thing to do at all. And if none of that was explicit enough, Potato even says,
I wouldn't miss a killing for the world.
this was his cabin. Potato was the Baba Yaga before us. Remember those notes that I've been mentioning?
They say picture is worth 1,000 words, but in a hospital, some words mean a...
that I've been mentioning from around the cabin, the ones that you can only get on certain days in certain places after multiple clicks. Well, the last note we get tells us this.
June 26, 1860.
Oh yeah.
Another body of a child was discovered within the city of Zakopane, with the remains stuffed into a barrel full of potatoes. This marks the 4th victim by the butcher of Zakopane in less than a month.
Potatoes, you say? That's not the only connection to our good friend Potato either. During the Chop Ed cooking courses, another post-game mode made available after you get your first ending, while the others are reminiscing about school, Potato tells us that he dropped out of grade school so he could work at the butcher, to which Fred replies,
Explains everything so far.
Potato was the butcher of Zakopane. As Onion says,
I wouldn't call it change of heart, because it never really had one, Potato.
and we know we can't be the butcher. Based on another of the hidden notes inside of the game, we know the butcher was at one point.
Well, I'm gonna end stream. See ya.
Himself says,
It's a shame you never went to try.